Hey guys, Jagger Collector here. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the brand new G.I. Joe Classified Series Zartan Master of Disguise PulseCon exclusive, Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Is there anything else I could say? No, I think that's all. But honestly, these names of these figures are getting out of hand. It's like I gotta read an entire novel just to introduce the darn thing. But anyway, that's besides the point. I personally got mine at GameStop Canada off a pre-order. I think I paid around $50 to $60 for him, and that's, I think, the retail, which is a little bit expensive, but honestly, I think it's worth it just with the quality of accessories and the figure, everything you get with him. But that is a part of the review, which, speaking of that, let's get into that. Okay, so before we get into the figure and the accessories, as always, I would like to start off with the packaging, which... wow, this is probably one of the coolest packaging I've ever seen in this line and any other line that I've collected. Obviously, there's the G.I. Joe kind of grandiose poster on the back. I personally this is my 4th G.I. Joe classified figure, so I'm not a huge collector of them, but I do buy the ones that I like. Now, the cool feature of the package is there's Zartan, there's another Zartan with a mask, Zartan with a mask, Zartan as Storm Shadow, Zartan with another mask, Zartan as Snake Eyes, and Zartan. That is amazing. You can also see some kind of photos of him on the side. Lots of cool stuff here. There's him with a bow. G.I. Joe Classified Series. He is 31 in the line. Now, I'm not entirely sure because I don't know if 31 means, or I don't know if 31 is shared with the retail Zartan, or if 31 is for the PulseCon exclusive only, because that'd be crazy if they're getting these, if they're making the kind of Comic-Con exclusives part of the main line. That would suck for people who can't get them. But anyway, that's enough talking about the goddamn cardboard. Let's get into the figures. So... there's the Zartan first off, but I just want to give you a quick look. He's looking good, guys. Even though I don't collect a lot of G.I. Joe, I know a good figure when I see one, and I'm seeing one, and so are you. So first off, I guess, let's start off with all of his accessories. So okay, let me say this how it is. I'm going to strip him down of all of his accessories just to, you know, show each of them individually, so... actually, I think I got them all. So there's naked Zartan. Now, before I do get into that, sorry, I keep delaying it. There's a very, very cool feature with this figure, which I will get to closer to the end of the video. So for his accessories, wow, you guys are in for a long, long, long video with all these. So I guess we'll start off with his weapons. So first off, he does come with, let's kind of focus in on it, this knife here. This looks really cool. I got this white stuff that's not coming off my hands. It's from super glue. I was trying to glue the Moon Knight mask on. But there's the knife. There's this gun, which I don't know if it's accurate, but let me focus in on it. There you go. You can kind of see it. Kind of weird looking, very futuristic, but gun nonetheless. He also comes with... I'm sick of this. A bow. Just a bow with no string and no singular arrows. Like, come on, Hasbro. Really? Just, I don't know how you would do it. Just give us a string, even if it's plastic. Because this isn't, like, how is he, even if he did come with an arrow, how is he supposed to shoot? Like, what? Anyway, that's a small gripe. But he does come with this, which is useless. I think he's supposed to use that, maybe as a Storm Shadow because they match, but who knows. He also comes with a quiver to kind of go with the arrow stringless bow, which is cool. That's a great quiver. This is another reason why I got into the G.I. Joe Classified line, is because a lot of the accessories that come with these figures are very useful with other lines such as Marvel and DC and Star Wars. And then his last weapon is this kind of sniper rifle, which is very, very cool. It has this, I don't know a lot about guns, but it has this kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but it rests on it, so you can fold that down. so he can snipe on the top of like a building or something. Now, the cool thing with these G.I. Joe guns is there's like little features with them. I don't know what this is, but this kind of comes out, so that's cool. It has a string on it, which is cool. So that'll just wrap around him like so. So that's all of his weapons. Now, he also comes with this backpack, which I will get back to later, because there's a feature with these other accessories. And then, of course, he comes with his iconic hood, and then his kind of, I guess you would call it like a, I was about to call it a handkerchief. I don't know. His little scarf thing, or whatever it is, hood. So that's what that looks like on him. Great as usual. I don't have the original release figure, so I do know that I don't think there's silver on the original one, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now, he comes with 6 kind of head accessories. So first things that he comes with is actual 2 head sculpts. So he has the Snake Eyes head, which I tested on the Timber Snake Eyes, the Timber 2-pack Snake Eyes, and the movie Snake Eyes, and it doesn't work on either, but I assume it would work on the G.I. Joe Classified #1 Snake Eyes, so it's cool to get because I don't think that one had gray on it, which is a design that I think people are after. And then we just got a Storm Shadow figure announced, but for the time being, we'll just have to deal with his head, which is cool. So there's Storm Shadow, looks good. You can kind of see the eyes, looks really good. And then he comes with, I don't know if there's a name for this, sorry guys, but this kind of skull mask. Great detail on it, looks great. And then he comes with these 3, this is so cool, these 3 face masks, which just pop on Zartan. There's kind of the indent. So this is supposed to be, I don't know, maybe like a older gentleman with a scar on his face, and then this one right here is like a chubby old dude. And then here we have a bald Tony Stark mask, which is always awesome to get. So how these work is you just take the hood off, and for any of them, like this one, you will just pop this on. I find that this one's the hardest to get on, but it will stay on once it's on. This is the one that did come with the original release, so maybe that's why, because it's been molded several times. And then here's the chubby one, and then the hood will fit over it, so it looks like it's his face, so it's awesome to get. And then, of course, the this is probably one of my favorite ones because it just looks badass, you know. I don't like that the eyes are just soulless, but that might be accurate. Who knows? I mean, I'm sure one of you people know, but there is all the accessories. So the reason why I want to get back to the backpack is because of the masks can fit in. So I think that was the same as the original release, and then you can put that back on, obviously. But I think that's enough for the accessories. Let's get into the actual figure, because we've been doing that for, what, 7 minutes? So here's the Zartan. Now, if you have the original release, I think this is very similar to him. Obviously, it's the same sculpt, I think, just with a few differences in color. Pinless, which I don't know if that's... Well, of the other G.I. Joe figures, none of them have been pinless. So here's the Snake Eyes. I'll do a couple comparisons with them. But it's all pinless. Everything's pinless, but... There's the pants, you know, the back, lots of detail. Hood comes off sometimes. Face is very good. Not a lot of paint flaws on this figure. So, whoa. The cool thing about this figure is you can put the kitchen and the kitchen sink on him, literally. So what you can do here is you can put the quiver, and then there's a peg here, which you can put the peg into the quiver. I don't know if you're supposed, I think you're supposed to do that, but you're gonna have the backpack with the quiver, and then his gun can go in this peg or on this peg. And if one of you could comment down below what these little holes are for, because I've been noticing them on this figure, and I'm very curious. I don't know what they're for, but one of you hopefully will let me know. here is the knife, goes into the thing, and then he can you can kind of put the gun around him, which I already put it all on, and then he can hold the bow and have a mask on and have a mask in his backpack. So basically he has all of his accessories being held minus a few heads, which is just crazy cool for this figure. That's another reason I love the G.I. Joe Classified line, is they really do focus a lot on not only the figures, but I find the accessories are superior. But that is basically the Zartan. I do want to cut to right now the really cool feature about him, and then after that we will get into the articulation. So cut to the cool, amazing feature. So the feature is he changes color. So if you put him in the cold, so I put him in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and then became this crazy monster. I don't know why he turns this color. Maybe you guys could comment down below, but this is just awesome. Such an awesome idea for a, you know, a PulseCon exclusive. Just like such a different idea. You know, this is what an exclusive should be. Something innovative, something cool, something different, you know? Okay, so articulation for this figure is, I would say standard for this line, which means great because all the articulation is pretty good, because this line is, what, under 2 years old or something, or just 2 years old? So first off, the head, it can go down that far. I'm going to do it without the hood. The hood doesn't really get in the way, if I'm being honest, because it's a softer plastic. Head goes down insanely low. He's looking at his junk, dude. Look at that. He's like, I don't think I've seen a head sculpt go down that far ever before. That's insane. That's awesome. But, and then it goes back wow. Just great. Great. And then, of course, you get a little bit of tilt there. You know, it's kind of on a... No, it's just on a back and forth, not a ball joint, but it's kind of the articulation 360, obviously. And then there's a bit of stuff here, or I don't know what you would call it, articulation for this, but at the neck. So the paint or the sculpt kind of gets a little chipped though, so I'd be careful with that, as you can see on mine. But you can the head articulation, you get my point. It's amazing. So let's move on to the arms. Arms will go out that far, which is cool. This doesn't really get in the way because it's just soft, so like that. And then obviously full 360 with the beautiful butterfly joints, which is always the cherry on the top for most action figures for me. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which I love, single and especially pinless ones. And then the wrists go up, down, and 360, and that is on both sets, or both hands, because he doesn't come with any alternate ones. And then his ab crunch does go that far forward, that far back, very good. And then he does have this I don't know, this kind of thing at his waist here, this weird articulation, so that can make him go even further back, which is just crazy. So there's the legs straight up. You want this guy to get in a position, he'll get into it. That sounded wrong, but you get my point. And then he goes forward that far. Side. Wow. Very good. And then the legs, before I get into them, there's this kind of popping thing, which I remember from the Spider-Man the Animated Series figure, and I think the other G.I. Joe ones. Might be common for the line, but it kicks up like, oh my god, what the heck? That's insane. That's insane. Like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I guess it's because you can drop it down, you can kick it that far. Back, that's going to the side, but back, not as much just because of that ass, which, you know, not complaining about. And then they go out, okay. Oh my god, I don't think I've seen a figure with this crazy of articulation since, like, I don't know, since the Beast or the Spider-Man. This is amazing. So that's like full-on splits. He really just did the splits. Fun fact, if you guys actually look close in the WAP music video, you can actually see Zartan in the back doing the splits. So just a little Easter egg there. And then the, of course, thigh cut. Double jointed legs. Great to get. And then boot swivel. Feet up, feet down, feet ankle rocker. So, lots of great articulation on this guy. If there's a complaint about the articulation, not in my universe, definitely. So, great articulation, no problems with that. But let's get on to some comparisons now. Okay, so comparisons, G.I. Joe Classified Zartan. Here we have him next to the Snake Eyes movie Snake Eyes. Great figure. Here's him next to the Storm Shadow. And the Timber 2-pack Snake Eyes. Oh, these are all amazing figures. This is what I mean. It's a great line. You buy a figure, low chance you're going to be disappointed with it. So, this is, funnily, for the comparison, my entire G.I. Joe collection, minus Timber. So, I mean, it's going to grow, especially with those Hasbro Pulse reveals. Let me tell you, I'm buying every single one of them. But overall, this figure is definitely going to be in my top 10 of the year. Just the sheer quality of this figure. Yes, it's expensive, but this is import quality. This is import quality. I'm not going to deny it. You're getting an import here. This is crazy articulation, crazy sculpt, crazy detail. You're getting everything you would want with this figure. You know, you're getting all these accessories, which I can barely even hold. So, like, I don't know what else you would want with this figure. I'm sure there's other little things you could have, but I'm just extraordinarily happy with this. Great figure, even though this is what I'm going to start getting into, like, not just this line, but I really want to start trying out other lines because I just got this figure, and what is it, my 4th figure from the G.I. Joe line, and it's like my top 10 of the year. So it's not always about the lines you like, but, you know, the figure. It's about the figure and what it's, you know, the sculpt, the articulation, all the accessories. And this is one of the craziest sets I've ever gotten. So cool. So much stuff I can use with my Legends here. If you're a fan of G.I. Joe, great. If you're a fan of Legends, I don't think you would want this, but, you know, some of these accessories would work. This pin, I tried with the Hawkeye figures. It didn't work. It's too small, but overall, I'm going to give this figure, like, I'm just going to give it a 10 out of 10. There's literally nothing wrong with it, for me at least. Perfect, great job. It is a PulseCon exclusive, so if you want them, go out, get them, but, you know, starting to get harder to do that, so. G.I. Joe Classified Zartan. Please let me know what you guys think about him in the comments down below. I have been your host, Jagger Collector, and I will see you in my next review, which, I didn't tell you guys this, but it's gonna be an action figure. I know, that's, like, insane.